My God, I hate trucks.
The Honorable Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad, the Honorable Tun Dr. Siti Hasma binti Haji Muhammad Ali, former President and House Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Senate President Vicente Soto III, Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we welcome back to the Philippines a beloved statesman who has earned the respect and friendship of many within our region and beyond. Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad returns to Manila with a profound understanding and deep appreciation of the ties that bind the Philippines and Malaysia. He shares the conviction that realizing the promise of Mindanao is crucial for all stakeholders in the region. I remember vividly his visit to Davao City in 1994, when he, together with then President Fidel Ramos, inaugurated the BIMP Iaga. For us Mindanaoans, it was a demonstration of confidence in the potentials of Mindanao and a bold investment for greater progress and prosperity for the region. But in order to achieve lasting peace and growth, the Philippines needed to succeed in securing lasting stability in Mindanao. Prime Minister Mahathir provided a vital support in this aspect, with Malaysia becoming a facilitator in the peace process. The ratification of the Bangsamoro Law this year signals the culmination of the years of painstaking efforts by many stakeholders within our country and by our friends in the international community, especially Malaysia. Certainly, there are still many challenges ahead, but positive transformation would not continue to happen had not the wheels not been pushed and made to run back then. And in this, the Prime Minister has been a key figure. With this official visit, we see the Philippines and Malaysia continue working together in a broader arena to stand together in many issues of common concern. We shared values and aspirations. We continue to forge ahead, standing by and with each other. And we know only the collective efforts that we win the war against criminality at sea, terrorism, illegal drugs, and other transnational crimes. Only when guided by our sovereign aspiration and unfettered by external dictates can we achieve equitable growth and sustainable development. Only when we uphold the rule of law and behave in accordance with the time-honored principles of international law, including non-interference in domestic affairs, can we earn the international community's respect. The Prime Minister devoted undemonstrated fealty to those ideals. And I believe there is no better time than now to acknowledge him as a friend, partner, and brother. By all measures, his official visit has been a time for us to write a new chapter of friendship, amity, and cooperation. And it will be remembered for the storied past that our countries and peoples share the bright future we are working to achieve for posterity. Only in this note may I invite Your Excellencies and our guests to rise as I propose a toast. To Malaysia and the Philippines, may our country flourish and grow for 1,000 years. Mabuhay.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Malaysia.
Please be seated. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, members of the governments of the Philippines and of Malaysia, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to say thank you very much to the President and to the government of the Philippines for this invitation to make an official visit to the Philippines during my second term as Prime Minister of Malaysia. I have brought with me ministers and other officials who are very familiar with the relationship between Malaysia and the Philippines. We know that there can be misunderstandings and conflicts between nations. But as far as the Philippines and Malaysia is concerned, we have always been able to overcome such conflicts and retain the relationship at a very high level of friendship. We expect to do this. Malaysia expects to be friendly with the Philippines all the time. And also, we expect that we can extend any help that we may be able to extend to resolve some of the problems faced in the south of the Philippines island, in Mindanao. We know that such insurgencies only weaken nations. Only peace brings about wealth and prosperity. As long as there is resort to conflicts and wars, there will be no development. And because there will be no development in a certain area, there will be disparities between different areas. And this, of course, stand in the way of good governance as well as development of the country. So to the extent that we can be useful, we are always ready to work with our neighbors in order to resolve problems which, in a way, of course, affect us as well. Whatever happens in a neighboring country will affect the neighbors just as well. So it is important that we become very concerned, and we should be ready to be of help in solving this problem if it is within our means. And I am glad to say that this prolonged struggle has now ended with peace, and now the people of Mindanao have cause to celebrate as much as the people in the rest of the Philippines, the achievement of something that was nearly impossible before. Now there is peace in Mindanao, and there is a form of relationship between the different parts of the Philippines which augur well for the development and growth of the Philippines. We are a trading partner of the Philippines, and we belong to the ASEAN group of countries. All this should help us to be good relations, to have good relations with each other. And this is something that Malaysia has always subscribed to. We want to be friends with all countries. Certainly we want to be close friends with our near neighbors. And the Philippines is one of the countries which can play a very big role in the development of this region, now formed into the ASEAN grouping. The ASEAN grouping holds a lot of promise for this region. This area has great potential for development. If we work closely together, I'm quite sure we can grow very faster than we are doing at the present. I'm glad to note that the Philippines now is growing at a faster rate than before, and we would like to be of some use to the Philippines in terms of exchanges of experiences, exchanges of ideas, exchanges of information, so that we both countries can benefit from the close relationship between Malaysia and the Philippines. Once again, I would like to say how much we appreciate the discussions that we have had together, both in the private discussion on a four-eyed basis, as well as the discussion between the delegations. We have covered many different areas, and we think that on the basis of this discussion, we can enhance the relationship between our two countries, and we can benefit the growth of both countries. So I would like to call upon every one of us to be upstanding, to drink a toast to the well-being of the nation, the Republic of the Philippines, and to the good relations between Malaysia and the Philippines.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Republic of the Philippines.
Please be seated.